Made it. Made it. I don't like intelligence artificial. I will never mess with it. I'll never look at chat what any of I won't participate. I will not give any intelligence artificial my point of view. It's gonna take it. It's gonna take it because it's constantly scanning. So I mean, but I'm just not gonna willingly participate with it. It's just another gadget. It's just something else that someone's gonna get tired and bored of supporting, and it's gonna go. I've seen it too many times on my evolutions around the sun to not see how it's gonna go down. So I will just watch and I will just talk about how I feel about things because my name's Marge and I'm a Hioka, and that's just what I do. I have these little talks on how I feel about things. I feel like it's important that more people talk about using learn how to use their words more, right? I was one of those spastic kids. I threw tantrums a lot when I was a kid. I had so much I didn't know what to do with it. That energy that people I didn't know what to do with that. I couldn't hold still. I still have a hard time holding still. That's why but I'm an adult, so I'm more disciplined now. So I make myself and I meditate. I make myself cuz I got to plug into freaking something outside of myself that just keeps reminding me, you're doing the right thing. Hang in there. I know things look crazy and goofy and stupid right now, and it's gonna. Just go with the flow, and I've been going with the flow for such a long time, I'm just exhausted. I'm just super tired. I don't like the holidays. I'm not a fan. I mean, like, there's positive attributes about winter that I do like. The cold and stuff like that. I'm a baby. Everything hurts, and I see these people do these ice baths and stuff. I'm like, is that what people do to put their body in a trauma response? Like, I'm pretty sure I've disassociated so many times that I've done that without the ice. I don't need to do ice. The idea of an ice bath to me is death is more pleasurable than the idea of an ice bath to me. With how my energy field is and how my body is set up, I don't like cold. It's one of the reasons why I'm a toe walker. I walk on my toes because it's less surface area. I don't like walking when it's cold on the tile and stuff in the living and my I hit that and it just sends a jolt through me. I don't like it. I guess when you have the amenities indoors and then choose that as an option as something fun to do. I don't know. It's crazy to me. But there were times I was growing up. We didn't have running water, and we took it was winter, and we'd take freaking our bass out of a bucket, and trying to get people have lived real spoiled lives. They've lived real cushy, comfortable lives, and now the more and more people are living uncomfortable lives. And so I'm here if you need any tips on how to get through. You know, what sustained me, what's kept me sane is having something to love and care for, and having mom and all the dogs and stuff. That's when people have something that they can focus on. It makes life more purposeful. I found, you know. I see a lot of people that have a lot of stuff and they've been a lot of places and they you know, have a lot of money, but their lives are so empty. I have a hard time with and it's all these movies that I always watched, right? Mom and I are watching. It's a what is that? It's a Wonderful Life. Old George. You know, he's a good guy. Just we always watch these stuff like just be a good person. It'll all work out. Just be a good person. And it has. It has worked out for the most part. We got a roof over our head. We got food in the fridge. Water. Water is life. Water is life. People are definitely going to have trials and tribulations with water coming up, like we've had. Everybody gets their chance to ride. Life is, about experience. And I think it's great that so many people have been a part of the experience. I'm sorry for you that you're going to be real upset that whole paradigm is like crumbling and dissolving now. The whole patriarchy and all that stuff, that don't do what I say. Don't. Hi, Benny. Come on over. You want a drink? Do as I say, not as I do, and all that control freak stuff and everything. I don't know if I'll see it in my lifetime, but heck, the crazy stuff that I have seen in my lifetime. Good boy, Benny. Come on. Just like I think about like what a 12-year-old has experienced in this lifetime. Good boy, Benny. Go ahead, get a drink. Go ahead, get a drink. Good boy. I know. Flop it up, bud. The world is just changing so much, and I feel like people are trying to create the external world with things that they identified with at a young age. Like out in the streets, I was talking about this last night about how the world is just getting so freaking. What is that? There's a video game that people played, and it was just so violent and so terrible. I never understood it. Good boy, Benny. Go sit by Grandma Retta. Come here. Come here. Oh, why did I think that was not going to happen? We'll be right back. I'll be good enough. Good boy. I saw a deer the other day. I hadn't seen one of those in the field. Wow. Good boy, Benny. Is that my pillow? All right, have at it, Benny. It was right back there. Anyway, shorting out is what I call today's talk. Because just people just don't know how to handle they don't know how to handle how they feel. There's so many the world is not what it was a few years ago. It's an entirely different place. There's like a new, regimen or new, how to do it. Like I mean, when I grew up, there was things like, customer service and now it's like customer service it doesn't things that just got so weird and wonky. People got so rude. I think because of cell phones, they just got in the habit of saying whatever they want to whatever they want to whoever they want, however they want. And there's just manners, and there's ethics, and there's morals, and there's conduct, good conduct, and bad conduct. And the world is evolved into a place that seems like bad conduct is rewarded more than good conduct. You know? I do have, there's some good news though. Here's some good news. There's some good things that are happening in Albuquerque. That somebody bought a hotel room for, what was it? I got a screenshot of it. The city hopes that the tenants could start moving in March 2040. We are wanting to assist in being able to provide more affordable housing so that all Albuquerque fans can have availability. What? The project is costing the city over $11 million for property purchasing and renovations. So I thought that was cool. Looking out for, because I keep talking about how I want to see the world changing, and when it's important that when I see the world changing in the ways in which I talk about, that I talk about and how they're changing, for the things are. We'll see. They're going to hire somebody to help people with, because people don't know how, okay, you get this much money a month. It costs this much for, they don't know how to budget. And I came from the school, mom's old school budgeting, man. I remember when being a little girl, she put money in the envelopes, we didn't have food a lot of times, but the bills were paid, right? So it's either in people or not. It's not, and I think that's a lot of people are wanting to do better with life skills, but they just never had any place to learn them. And I was doing stuff like I wanted to learn everything. I just wanted to learn everything I needed to learn so that I didn't have to rely on anybody else. Because I grew up in an environment where there was nobody around that I could count on, so I just would do stuff myself. And I became one of those. That's why I picked my career field in the Air Force. That's why that's why I picked my degree, business information system, in IT, and that's why I picked my focus in it after I graduated, going in help desk support, because I could be mobile and do all the stuff. I just want to learn how to do stuff. I've been, ever since I was a little girl, I was learning how to do survival skill stuff, right? My whole life I just have been trying to find useful information. And I feel like we're coming to a point that it's going to come in handy. Knock on wood, just things have been pretty, the power has stayed on. That's cool. We didn't get the snow that we were supposed to get. We were supposed to get 8 inches, 8 to 12 inches, 8 inches to a foot. But we got 2, maybe, a drizzle. Huh, girl? You like that bed right there, huh? Oh, sweet girl, lady girl. Tucker's in mom's chair. Mom's back there with Benny. So, we watched a lot of TV and watched a lot of movies. That's just something that that was our entertainment. We couldn't go out and do stuff. Mom couldn't afford to do a lot, but we had, cable most of the time, even though the box was the old slidey kind that you go click 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 click, the old Viacom box. Anyway, so the stuff that I grew up watching because Mom watched was you gonna lay over there, bud? He said, yep, been gonna lay down, Marge, got a spot. Good boy, bud. We're old movies, the fancy old stuff. Just go back over there, buddy. You're okay. Good boy. Why don't you just go lay back with Loretta? Come on. Oh man, I got mud on my shoes. There's so many reasons why I don't like winter. More laundry. I have more laundry to do. There's, I just don't like winter, man. I'm just not a fan. Okay. The dippity doos next door freaking made a snowman in front of the house. I stepped in mud. I gotta clean it up or it's gonna get spread all over the place. Oh, pretty, pretty. Just as yes, clean up the mess. So yeah, we always watched old movies and stuff. I would go off and find better stuff to do when mom, because mom and brother would like to watch the old war movies and stuff like that. And I just think killing people's stupid. It's just such a dumb thing to do. I mean, we live on the same planet. Mostly people have the same goals, and then it's like all these storylines that have been created to create all this division. And then it's not, and then everybody's against. And I see it in myself too. You know it? I see it. You can't get up there. There's dogs in there. I see it in myself too. Like, so what I want to do in life is to be the agreeable one. So whenever I go out in life, is that whatever contention or disagreement that I come across, it's like I'll look at it as a puzzle and try and get out of the situation and find a place with the person that's having a wherever the point of contention is to find a point of commonality, a common denominator. And usually that can be done as easily by just saying, hey, do you like dogs? I like dogs. Right? But some people are so, and I've been the disagreeable one because hurt people, and I've been hurt a lot, and I've been trying to make myself feel better and heal and all that stuff. It's really hard to heal when life circumstances keep knocking you down, like the damage keeps happening. You know, I had kind of a therapeutic conversation with my dad today. He's going through the thing. He's 75. He's going through the thing. He's like, fuck it. I'm just going to get false teeth. You know? That's like $9,000 to get all your teeth pulled out and to have artificial ones put in. It was like, it started out like $5,600, and then since they started it, they jacked the price up another $3,000. It's like traveling, you know, but it's the healthcare system. America can do so much better, you know, and I want to talk more about how America can be better and do better, because it's just it's gotten so corporate. It's gotten, and corporations don't care about people. Corporations care about the bottom line, third quarter endings, how much money. They don't care about, and so to see the whole nation, it's so I've never. I try and think of a time when this country was like, you know, really prospering. And what does it mean to prosper? Does that mean that everybody's just going along with the freaking storylines that are being told to us? Because I know a lot less people are going on with these storylines. I know less and less people are believing what they see on the media and TV. Heck, man, when I was in college in the early 2000s, we talked about software that, people could do all kinds of crazy stuff with the footage that I've done over the last several years. But my channel might get taken away, so it's just all gone data. That's one of the reasons why they like to get rid of so many channels and stuff like that. It's just like, think about how much data you're taking up server space and you're not earning for them. So why are you even here? I'm here for an historical account. Is he calming down? Yeah. Maybe I will if he will. Good boy, Artie Pants. So I'm glad we didn't get as much snow as they forecast. I'm really glad for that. Um, I've been praying for rain. I want rain. You know, they want moisture. I want rain. That's what we need is rain. We don't need so much snow. Snow is just for a small group of people that have nothing better to do but go wee down a mountain. And there's too many people on the planet that just need their basic needs like socks. I mean, dude, there's a lot of people. I was thinking about that today. I scroll. I watch reels and stuff like that. And there's this little boy, he's probably 10, 12 years old, and the family gives him a little note and is like, hey, this is our family portrait. Do you want to be in our family portrait with us and be part of our family? And the kid, was like, just to be accepted. Because there's a lot of people that, like, for one reason, for whatever reason, we don't got families, that big old, huge, extended support system. So, and my dad and I, we weren't close when I was growing up. He wasn't real nice to me, and I actually got to the rest of that today, but technology was like totally fucking with me when I was talking to my dad. I have two of these bows. They've never recognized both of them at the same time. Like, they were popping off like it was going from Bluetooth to, and then it was connecting to, it was going all over the place with my connectivity. I was trying to walk the dogs around, and most of the time I had to just have him on speakerphone because it was bouncing between two headphones, and it sometimes it was just driving me crazy. But it's okay, girl. I did get to address that. How funny it was that I can laugh about it now, but I really didn't handle it well. When we signed up for the ancestry, and I found out that they were actually divorced before I was born, and that I don't even know the birth story of like how I came to be, because nobody has ever told me. It's just none of my, I don't, and the story what was told, that they went to court. I told that. I wonder how many times in AA meetings over 14 years, and from how many podiums, I told a story about how, because that's the story that was told to me, about how my parents went to divorce court and the judge wouldn't grant them the divorce, and said that, like, why would I believe that? I'm so fucking gullible. But said that there's something between them still. Like a judge is like a love counselor, right? And that they can go work it out. And then that's when they got pregnant with me. And then when I was like 6 months old, they got divorced or something. That's what the story they told me, but they got real life, they got divorced in 72. So I did get to address that with my dad. Unfortunately, I think the crucial part, because when he came back, I said, how long was I talking? I mean, because I was talking to dead air where he couldn't hear me. So I don't know how much of what I was saying he actually heard. But I did get to say, I always felt like I didn't know what was weird about what happened when I was a kid, but I always felt like you treated me like I was just some big mistake that you made. And I got to say that to him. Like I was a big old, because he had no ties to me. I mean, he was clear and cut from Loretta if they would have just stayed, but something happened, and then I was their parting gift. So that was kind of cool that happened. And I don't know, I don't hold things back either. I get that from him, I guess, but I'm like, it makes me nervous. I said that. I said, people have freaking, it's so much of it. You're taking all your teeth out. He's having like 15 teeth pulled tomorrow. The rest of what he had. And just like the pain of that makes me want to, and he won't take no pills or nothing like that. He won't take anything like, because he has I get it from my addictive personality. I get it from him. So he's just gonna white knuckle it through it because he's a macho guy like that. It's and so I'm gonna say a prayer for him at the time that he's getting that started, and wish him well. You know, I just started calling him again like a couple weeks ago. You know, and there's been times that we've kind of tried to build towards a relationship. uh it always ends up with me making the effort, and then I give up, and then I get so sick and tired of being the only one putting in an effort, and I'm just, it's still, I'm doing this, you know. uh, I think I'll just call him when I feel like it, instead of like not, because up until now, like the last several years, I felt like it, but you know, in what it was, I know exactly. It just, we don't. It's just the same dynamic that so many other people have, you know. Yep. And he wasn't really nice to me. And talking to him now is this. It's. I mean, he does engage more with me, I think, than he does when he talks to my brother. But he definitely tells me stories that he would never tell my brother. I definitely got those, you know. He doesn't want to. He does, and it's stuff I always knew. I always knew about, you know. I just accept people. I've always accepted, like that's. I think that's one of the hardest parts about learning this human life thing. Like, is it learning how to accept people? Like, I've been so uncomfortable in life. I was thinking about that today. Our religious, like, path that we've gone. Like, I remember all the different churches we went to, like Church of Religious Science at the Holiday Inn, right? Remember that, Ma? Yeah. And then, like, I don't know, all these different churches. I know Mom was just looking for community and acceptance, and stuff like that. And she's got like 5 planets in Sagittarius. She's always been very social. We just have never really found our community. You know, it wasn't for lack of effort. It wasn't because we didn't try. And I learned from you on how to try and, you know, go out in the community and be a part of, you know, suit up, show up, do stuff, do good, you know, be a good representation. But, anyway. Yeah, it was kind of cool. I got to I was like, you know, New Mexico is such a weird place. He's like, why did you move here? I said, Dad, I didn't have any choice. I said, I asked Jerry to help, and he said, no, Mom's your problem. You deal with her. I said, I tried so many offices, so many organizations. I said it was, I just couldn't. I couldn't make nothing happen, you know? So, anyway, that was kind of cool. But, I don't know. The holidays is just always, they just put a lot of pressure on people. And people, I remember when I had disposable income, and how I would piss it away on stuff on people that don't eat. None of these people are in my life today. You know it? Like, nobody's around now. I wonder how many. One year I made 10 God boxes for 10 different people. I wonder how many people still got their God boxes. They're pretty cool too. They're pretty nice. I could go back to selling those, to making those, right? I got all these ideas. I just don't got the place to do it, you know. But God's good, and he you know, he ain't. Think he's gonna help me to realize some dreams of my own here pretty quick, and how I can teach people to be a service. You know, I think about that a lot, because we were watching a Wonderful Life. Like, I think about, like, of all the ways that planet Earth could be, all the different versions of, like, what this planet can be and the communities and stuff like that. And yet the people that have the money, the wallet, the money purse, strings, they're the ones that like, and then so they say they designate how it is and stuff. And there's war everywhere, there's unrest everywhere, there's freaking, cracks of society keep getting wider and wider as I stated. And I think people are realizing that we got to do things different. And whatever's going to happen this next year is going to affect everybody on a large scale. Lots of people are talking catastrophic events. I don't know what that means. I don't know, it's just lots of different avenues, lots of different backgrounds, ideologies, whatever. I've been listening to a lot of Santos because he started his channel again, so he's just been uploading all of his old content. And I watched one that he did with Heidi Vandenberg that I didn't know existed. And that was like years ago. That was like 6 years ago or something like that. And I didn't know that. And so I watched that one today, and just gotta be careful about that delivery, man. Just gotta keep that fire tempered, or you gotta learn how to play by the rules. Nobody can just go around acting like they removed one of my videos. I didn't get a strike for it, but they removed it for community guideline, whatever. But it was back with all the. I think I made it even said it when. Before I even moved from Oregon, and we've lived in New Mexico freaking 3 years. That is crazy to me. Like how time flies, because we do the same stuff every day, and then we have to move, and then I go through the hell of moving, and then we establish our routines, and life just treks on. These next couple years, life is going to tread on in a different way, and it's bittersweet. But life is hard. It is hard out there. It's hard when you don't have friends, and then you see all these TV shows with people and their friends, and the camaraderie. Then you got to remember the reality of it. Like I remember that because I've been the alcoholic in a lot of rooms, and people talk about how they're gonna stay in touch, and all this. And hey, my phone don't ring. Ain't nobody's trying to stay in touch with old Marjo. And I get how I acted before, but I ain't that kind of person no more. And what are my beliefs? I believe in good orderly direction. I believe in, doing right by people. Sometimes I get rowdy. Sometimes I get riled up and talk trash. I also understand the consequences of putting out negative energy and getting that back. So people might not believe it, but believe it or not, I really am careful about what kind of things I say with my words, and there are days that I won't do a talk because the energy's just not right. And some days I'll do a talk anyway, even when the energy's not right, because I want to understand. I want to come from a disciplined place that it's like, okay, I might, just don't say anything that could get you in trouble. Just be extra careful, right? Some days the energies aren't fitting, and I'd have no filter at all, but most days I do. And I heard that Santos guy say something today that I'm sure I've said in my talks before, and that's I have an abrasive personality. I have a lot of masculine energy in my female container, and I've been learning how to balance it my whole entire life. And it hasn't been easy for me, and it definitely hasn't been fun. I do have a lot of good things to say, and I hope people don't get freaking caught up on like how I look, or the outward stuff, the stuff that doesn't matter. And I hope that they give an opportunity to listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Because I know I got some good stuff today. I got years of recovery experience, and there's a lot of people, man, that would behoove them to stop. Dude, alcohol is such a toxic poison, and it's so acceptable. It makes me sick because you can just go down and buy it any place, pretty much, you know. And just like people don't understand, like collectively, what a detriment and strain it puts on society. Like, I mean, every day it's just broken hearts after broken hearts because people empty promises and abuse and oh my gosh, it goes on and on. That's okay, you know. It's one of the hardest things I've had to do is learn how to just let people, you know, live and let live, right? Live and let live, live and let live. Just like like letting people be autonomous. I'm glad I'm not a parent. I think it'd be really hard to be a parent. I would not see. I couldn't do the whole Santa Claus thing if I was a parent. I couldn't tell my kid, oh yeah, the no, it's no. I could not do that. I'd be like, you know, there's four seasons, the spirit of Christmas, you know, the holiday season in the winter, it comes with its own spirit oven by itself, and it makes me feel this kind of way and warm and cozy, and I like to do these traditions, you know, and very few are based on watching Elf. I've never seen that movie Elf all the way through. It's not funny to me, right? But the thing of it is how I look at it is think about when that movie came out and where a lot of people were, you know? Like I know people that probably still watch that movie because of where they were and how good it made them feel like they probably watched it with their entire family, you know, drinking hot whatever their family tradition is, and then that vibrational frequency has stuck with them. So people want to recreate that, right? They want to recreate that feeling. Mom and I were just watching It's a Wonderful Life just to make the time go by, just because freaking from 5 to time we go lay down about 7:30, it goes so slow. So just trying to make the time go because I want to go to sleep when the sun goes down. And the sun goes down at like 4:30 here in New Mexico. So anyway, what else? I started picking up my dumbbell again. So I started lifting my dumbbell cuz I've been feeling extra powerless and squirrely, and so that's one, you know, I don't know, I can't control nothing of what's going on in the world, but when I feel that angst, I can pick up my dumbbell and I can pick it up until I feel less angsty. Go ahead. Go ahead. I said, Ma, how do you know so much, Ma? You know that I want to turn around and lay there, Mom. And you know I do it, Mom. Good boy, Bubbles. Good boy, talk. Oh, dogs. Okay, so I think that's about all I got for now. Oh, yeah, they took the video away. And I was talking about that recently, too. It's like, man, I probably don't even have the same attitude about the things that they probably took the video down for. Like, I probably don't feel the same way about stuff, whatever I said. But, I don't know. It was about my friend Pete, and he had just died, and it was I sat next to Pete every Friday for like 7 years. Pete Mannion. He worked like, see, that's the thing. All these systems are divine. So just people follow these systems and then don't ever realize how much they can really do in life, right? Because they just kind of, I don't know, settle, I guess. And he worked for freaking Mutual Omaha for 25 years, the insurance company and stuff like that. And, you know, and I mean, had the house and the big old huge 86-inch TV screen that he'd have all of his friends over watch Husker games, and and all, and all the celebrations and coffee and stuff like that. The thing of it is like he knew he had he had diabetes and he ate like shit. And then all that stuff came out with the sickness, and it took him, and his body couldn't ward off the ick, and it's sad because he's a pretty good guy, and but we gotta let people be them, and sometimes the them that they want to be is causes harm to themselves. But people are autonomous, and the best we can do is try and be a decent example of how, like teach people, just don't hurt people and just don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal. And the place where I live, man, people do not pick up this advice. Like, I mean, I live in a weird place, man. It's a free for all already. Uh, that the people don't like that live that way don't last. They don't live old lives. Their longevity, it ain't long. Cause drinking and drugging and carrying on and not ever eating, it plays a toll, and that's one of the reasons why I talk about a lot of the mistakes I've made, is so that maybe somebody somewhere will hear something that I say about them, and it'll resonate. It'll sound like something that they're doing now, and then they hear like, okay, well, when she acted like this and this happened, her life ended up this way, and just But a lot of times, it depends on your birth chart. People just gotta freaking learn for themselves. I'm definitely one of those people that gotta learn for themselves for sure. But anyway, hi Rebecca, hi Nathan, cheers. I've been running my mouth long enough. I'm tired. It's about all I got for